Hello and happy March. Casey O'Mara, Director Curriculum for Slate Valley. And I just want to let everyone know everyone's doing a wonderful job, and I'm excited for March 15th, our District In-Service Day, just to check in with all of you because there's a lot to celebrate related to teaching and learning in Slate Valley. And I know sometimes January and February can seem extremely long, but signs of spring in March certainly will carry us forward into April, May, and then June. So I did want to thank all of you who are working extremely hard to identify students that might be in need of additional supports across our system. And so using the student concern form, which is this image on the right, as it relates to our layered system of support and how it is we're trying to identify students individually, but then also classes where there might be a number of students that could use an additional boost, and how it is we're approaching that through our universal instruction. I will say something that's been very interesting for me to reflect on as we just completed the winter assessment of STAR 360 is how it is schools are configuring classes if there are multiple fifth grades or sixth grades, looking also at class sizes, and then also the rate of improvement for students as we're using STAR to identify classrooms that could use an additional boost when there's more than two or three students that appear to be scoring in areas that we'd like to focus on. So typically those below grade level. I did have a community connections curriculum event on the 28th. So that was last Wednesday. And Molly Clark, Kristen Whitman, Abby Wald, and Jessica Thurston were able to join me. If you would like to go through that slide deck, I've linked it here. We have started to look at not only behavioral data, but also academic data and how it is we can better support educators and then our students so that they're able to access the academic learning. So you'll find a slide there. In addition, you'll find slides 5 and 6 recognizing subgroups. And we have been identified, as have many districts throughout the state, as being in need of equity support. So recognizing the rate of improvement when students take VT-CAP, which replaced SBAC, and how non-historically disadvantaged students are progressing their rate of improvement compared to subgroups, IEP and EST students. So again, huge celebration. Our students are growing. And so everything that's in this slide deck, I'm extremely proud of, but will fully acknowledge that I don't do a tremendous amount in the classrooms or even supporting educators across our system. That credit really goes to Molly, Lynn LeClaire, Jessica, Kristen, and Abby, and administrators and interventionists. Something I did pull out of this slide deck just to kind of note is our use of EduClimber. These two graphs here are longitudinal charts which demonstrate that over the course of a few years of our use of STAR 360, we can see the trend line in reading and math, and that students are moving in a positive direction, meaning they're improving their scores as we look over a 3-year period. So again, all of your efforts resulting in a tremendous amount of growth for a number of our students across our system, which is, again, something to celebrate. Did want to point out that we have, as I mentioned, the March 15th District In-Service Day. We are starting to build agendas. A number of them are linked here. I made certain that all of them are accessible so that you could view all of them. Your invite leader will be in touch with more specifics. I will send out an email to everyone on March 8th. And we'll all gather together at Fairhaven Union High School in the gym for a kickoff and conversation around supervision and evaluation, and then move into these grade team content area specific agendas, but I did want to make you aware in case you were interested in looking at what that day is starting to shape up to look like. And then I know there's been a number of different shares around the new classrooms that have opened in our middle school. Huge shout out to Walter Ripley, Chris Cole and his crew, not only Walter, but also Jesse Kaihill and a number of folks who worked over February vacation to make certain we can move into those spaces. And what's super neat for me is to see those spaces come alive. And so thank you, Jeremy Vanderkern, for sending these pictures along and for your efforts getting this space equipped with the different materials you needed so that students were able to return from break and start to use the spaces. I had a visit with an 8th grader who said to me, wow, now it really does feel like a design class because the space feels more like design as possible. So it is interesting, even from the student perspective, how recognition of space can influence their perspective on a course. Thank you for everything that you do. And again, I'm excited to see everyone on March 15th. As always, please reach out and hopefully we'll continue to see signs of spring as we make our way through March. Bye.